I'd just like to share a little piece of who John was and how he got the last laugh. So when John was in college, I mentioned he built that coffin table, and he carried it with him to Colorado, back to Tucson. He loaned it out to friends for parties. He often would crawl inside of it. And a couple months ago, I was helping him around the house, and we were going to go get groceries or do something. And I was out in his garage and had to move it to get, past one of his myriad projects to get to whatever it was we were doing. And I made some crack about that coffin. And he gave me that John Cuprak wry smile, and he said, "Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if I was actually buried in that thing?" And I just kind of passed it off and didn't really think about it. When we went to put the final arrangements together, John had asked to be cremated. And if you've ever gone through this, they need a vessel to put the body into to cremate. And they were going to sell us essentially a cardboard box to put John in. And divine intervention, I was hit with, could we use that coffin? It just seemed fitting. And the response was emphatically yes. And so went back down to Tucson, was over at John's house. By the way, sad day for Wildcat fans. Any of you from Tucson, that's okay. As I was unloading my car, bringing all of John's his suitcase and items from the hospital, putting those in his house, my wife was there with me. She was going through some of the mail, putting some things together, and I was out in the garage, kind of maneuvering the coffin so we could bring it here so that it could be used. And my wife came out to the garage and said, his lifeline is talking to me, but they're not hearing me. It's not responding back. And for those of you who don't know, John helped me install one of those life alert, lifeline, those help me, I've fallen and I can't get up kind of things. Anyway, so I went back into the unit, which John had probably calibrated and rebuilt 4 or 5 times. Tried pressing the test button, and it wouldn't go through. It wouldn't connect. It wouldn't make the call. And so I said to my wife, "Hey, let's put that on the list. It's just one more thing we have to deal with down the line. Can you help me load the coffin in the car?" And so we went out to the garage and we picked up that coffin. I checked to make sure it was empty first. He was known to hang a skeleton in there. Checked to make sure that it wasn't there. We took it out to the street, ready to load it into the car. Up roll the paramedics with full lights and sirens. The next 10-minute conversation with those poor young men trying to explain to them, no, cancel the call. My brother has passed. But no, he's not in the coffin. We actually had to show them that he wasn't in there, explain the whole story, and that's when I found peace, because I understood John was in a much better place. And he got the last laugh.